Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your kettlebell upper body and core workout. In this workout, we are going to strengthen and sculpt your entire upper body, arms, back, shoulders, chest, and abs. And within this, I'll be giving you lots of different options to work to your fitness level. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's start just by getting our bodies warm. We can march and pump those arms. We're gonna get a full body dynamic warm up. Yes, we're just working our upper body today, but that does involve our core, our torso, our spine, and it always feels good to get that mobility through our entire body, right? So we can go ahead and start rolling those shoulders, start small to the back. Make them a little bigger as you go. You can see behind me, I have 3 kettlebells. They are all different sizes. I have my 17-pound, my 26-pound, and my 35-pound. I'll probably be using all of them at some point today. Let's take those arms out big, open, right through here. And you can add a little step out or side lunge to it just to open up the hips right here. So we'll be doing some stuff where we're working with the kettlebell in one hand, some single-sided, right side and left side, and some things where we are taking it between 2 hands. All of it, I will give you options to work to your fitness level. Let's take those arms up to an I, drive the hips to the back, and then to a Y, hips to the back. Just alternating between those two so we warm up through the spine and through those shoulders. So I'm gonna encourage you to be where you are today. You do you. Use the option that is right for you. Of course, if you don't have kettlebells, you can sub in a dumbbell, or if something feels too heavy or too light, you can use a dumbbell. Kettlebells just make it a lot more fun. One of my favorite tools. Weight distribution is a little different. They move a little bit differently. So it's a great way to add variety and get our body moving in a different way. Spice up those workouts right through here. One more. And here, let's take our hands flat back down and round it up all the way through. So throughout this workout, we have 3 quick circuits. We're gonna be alternating between some upper body push, upper body pull, and of course, some core. And again, I'll try to cue you when you may wanna go a little heavier or a little lighter. Let's take those legs out right through here. So we'll be mainly focused on strength today. Some things may get your heart rate up a little bit more, but the goal is to get our body resistance training, strength training, getting our body under load to strengthen our muscles and our bones and improve our overall health. So we're gonna hinge it right here. And if you can, you're gonna inchworm it out. If that's not right for you, you can go down to your knees and walk it out, or you can stay on those toes or just stay up on the hinge. But drive the hips to the back, walk yourself out, warming up through the spine, through the core, and through that upper body. Right through here. Taking your time, feeling the core kick in. And one more. Let's take it one more, and if you're up, go ahead and meet me down on the mat, either on your knees or on your toes. If you can be here, we'll go a little forward and back into our core. And then let's rotate to the side. So you can drop that knee if you need to and rotate from the all fours position, or you can be in that high plank. Up to you, whatever is a better option for you. Let's get one more each side from the knees or from the toes. So we're opening up through the shoulder, through the back, and through the spine and the obliques. Go ahead and walk those hands back. Take your time, slowly roll it up. All right, team, tap it out and reach across. All right, so here is what we have got today. We're getting it done. We're gonna start with some upper body pull with a single arm row. So with that, I want you to try to go heavy with it. I'll give you the option to use the bench. You notice I have a bench behind me. It is totally optional. If you don't have a bench, don't worry, everything can be done on the floor. If you have one, there are some great ways to use it, and I'm gonna show you. All right, so first round of everything is 40 seconds. Second round is 30 seconds. We'll try to get through this workout quickly. Big stretch right through here. All right, so our first exercise is a single arm row. These are the big muscles, our lats all down our spine. So if you have something heavy, I'm gonna try to do this with my 35. You can either be in a staggered stance here, nice flat back, pull from the floor towards the hip, or if you have the bench, it's a great way to rest your knee on here, or something that you can use as a bench, maybe a couch or a sturdy chair. Take this leg out to the side and back just a bit, and again, pulling from the floor. You don't have to go all the way to the floor, but we want a nice flat back. So get set standing or on the bench. Here we go. Pull towards your hip and down. So you're squeezing, and the reason I say hip, or sometimes you'll hear me say rib cage, is to try to keep it out of those upper shoulders, right? Not here, really pulling down to work along the spine. And again, because of the weight distribution of the kettlebell, it does make it more challenging because that weight, that ball is at the bottom. I'm gonna squeeze. Yes. Got 5 seconds. Can we get maybe 2 more? Ooh, that's heavy for me, but I'm gonna keep challenging myself, even if I have to slow down. Let's take it other side. So again, you can either stagger from a standing position, but you do wanna be low with it, so we're not pulling with just our arms, we wanna be using the back. Or knee on top, let's get it done. Whew, ponytail. 3, 2, 1, core engage. So core is in nice and tight, hips and torso are parallel to the floor, so we're not twisting with it, right? Left side is harder for me, but I'm gonna go for it. Right here. Yes. Ah. Side is always harder for me. And there's nothing wrong, one, if I needed to go a little lighter, maybe I'll do that on my second set, or to slow it down. But I always don't wanna lose my form. If you're starting to lose your form, maybe a little bit too heavy. Last one, and relax. All right, team, so the next thing we have got is our overhead press. So we're gonna take the kettlebell between one hand, and we're just gonna press and down, just like that, here to here, all right? So we're here, medium to heavy kettlebell. We're not gonna let ourselves arch our back. We're gonna pull that core in tight and just press it here. You don't have to go straight over your head. Think a little bit out in front. Core engage, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up and down right here. Yes. So we're going over our head. And again, if you start to feel like you're arching your back, one, that way the weight may be a little too heavy and you may wanna go a little lighter, or maybe a little bit too light, you may wanna go a little heavier. Maybe that you have too much room. Either way, keeping the core engaged, over the head, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, team, our next one is gonna be a core exercise, but it's gonna look simple but feel hard. We're gonna hold the weight at one side and we're gonna do a march. Here's what we've got. We're gonna go 20 seconds holding it on the right. So this is just your offset carry or march. And the same thing other side. A carry would just be walking around the room with it. If you'd rather do that, I want you to try to go heavy because it's low. It's gonna pull you down, but that's where we're really gonna use our core, all right? So it is a march. We're going 20 seconds right, 20 seconds left in 3, 2, 1. Now, I want you to think it's not just a march, right? We're not just here, but knee raise. Feel how that's different, right? Trying to go heavy with this and really use your core. Let's switch our sides. Right here, I like to have this other hand out. That helps me. Try not to let it pull us, right? That's where the challenge comes in to play. Right here. And relax. All right, team, so we're gonna go through each one of those again, this time with our row. If you wanna do a full rotation, you're gonna turn it all the way in and down. You can, just to make it a little different, you don't have to. It's 30 seconds. With our press, we're gonna separate it out, right and left. If that's not right for you, you just keep it between two hands. I'm gonna go with my light one, and then we're going to do a racked march instead. So 30 seconds on round two. Hang with me on that row. Try to go heavy. Let's step it back. 30 seconds. Again, I'm gonna turn my wrist and my elbow and my shoulder for that mobility and still work on my strength. 3, 2, 1. Right here. Bring it up. And here. Core is still engaged. I'm still keeping the shoulders and the hips square to the floor while I pull with my back. Yes, 5 seconds. Can I get 1 or 2 more? And relax. Turn yourself around. Remember, again, you can be staggered on the floor, standing, or knee on a bench. Let's get it done. We've got 30 seconds. Wrap that core, rotate if you can. 3, 2, 1. So this whole workout is back to basic strength. We're never gonna do anything too crazy, but I am giving you some options just to get a little variety, especially in that second round, like this rotation. But they're options. If you're a beginner or you're new to this, or you feel better going a little heavier on your true back to basics, that's where I want you to be. Right here. Yes, team. Woo! 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh, man, we'll see if that 35 comes back out. All right, team, so this time, if you are able, if you have a kettlebell that works for one hand, or you have the strength to do it, don't worry if you don't. We're gonna rack it here, up and in, all right? So I'm gonna go with my 17. If that's not right for you, I just want you to keep it here for 2 rounds. We're gonna go 30 seconds on each side, little breather in between. So rack it here, as in on your collarbone. You're resting right here. You're gonna rotate up in the press, then back down. We'll rest in between. Again, be aware of that core. Stack those hips under the ribs in 3, 2, 1. And here, yes, you can. This is gonna get tough for me, I know. So I'm gonna really take my time with it, right? Sometimes we do this from the mat, from a kneeling position or half kneeling, and it starts to get challenging and we feel more of that core. Again, it starts to feel like too much, take it between 2 hands. Finish out here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe for a second. Let those arms stretch, yes. Now we'll take it, same thing, other side. Again, out and in, and if it starts to get heavy like it did for me, take it between 2. Rack it. Whew, I gotta switch my watch here. Yes, 3, 2, and bring it in. Take it out and in. I know that is tough, so do the best you can. We're out and in. And if you start to feel like you're losing form, like I feel like I'm gonna get a little twisty, I'm just gonna take it here, up and down, last 10 seconds. Just wanna give you that option because you might have a lighter kettlebell or you might have that strength to go heavy. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, team, so we're gonna keep the shoulders working to that core. Last thing here with that march, but here's what I want. If you can go a little heavier and rack it, we're gonna march for 30. We're gonna march for 30, all right? A little different. If you want even more of a challenge, you can do that march overhead. I'm gonna keep it here. So I'm gonna go medium, 26. Woo! It's gonna be challenging, but remember, it's my core, even though the arms are gonna feel it too. So join me here. Here we go. It's a march. And again, if you'd rather it be a carry, you can walk around the room with it, still being aware of your core, but you might feel better. Here, you can also hold it between 2 hands in the middle. I know, keeping it up. Feel that core, feel that upper body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Stretch those out. All right, I know we should have put them together, right? In another workout, you'd probably do, and here, bringing it up and down. We've done that before. For now, let's finish strong. Rack it. 3, 2, march. Single march or weighted march, as in single-sided. If you want to keep it down below, that works too. Don't underestimate this exercise and try to go heavy, all right? As in, try to go heavy. Don't underestimate this exercise thinking that it's easy. Go heavy, use your core, balance. This is one of the most functional core exercises out there, and it is harder than it looks when you're really challenging yourself with the weight. 3, 2, 1. Relax, team. All right, let's shake out those arms. All right, so I know that was a lot, so no time on the clock. Just get a little stretch through here so you can stretch it out. Then we're gonna grab some water. I know that was a long first circuit. Don't worry, they get a little shorter as we go, and we're gonna be taking some stuff down onto the mat. Let's reach it over right here. Yes. All right, team, now that we're stretched out, let's grab a quick sip of water. Whoo, cheers, y'all. A little more isolated. That's our right side, left side. Let's take it to this next round. Same thing, we're gonna have some right side, left side. We're gonna start with a slinger curl. So this is a bicep exercise. Then we're taking it down onto the bench, single-sided press. I'm gonna give you an option to have 2. But here's what we got, your slinger curl. Go a little heavier than you normally would do on your biceps, because this is what it looks like. We're gonna use some power to sling it and catch it. So lots of core here. You can pick up your feet like that, or you can pivot. If that weight is too heavy, you can have a hand here and a hand on top and just turn it this way. You can still get the slinger curl, one hand on the bottom of the bell, one hand on top. If you can get the power with it, then catch it. Lots of core when we stop, lots of arm. Go heavier than you normally would on your bicep. Let's get it done. We're gonna get right side, left side, then we're taking it down to the bench. We'll have a single-sided press, and then we'll get some core. In 3, let's get it done. 2, 1, 40 seconds. Sling and catch, and back. All on one side. Using some power. It's one of my favorite power moves, but it doesn't have to be a power move. Again, if you wanna have a hand here, turn and back. You can still get the sling, but it's just a little more controlled and you have both hands helping. If you wanna sling, catch, and back. I know many of you told me in the past that you really enjoy the slinger curl. I know I do. I really feel strong in my arms when I do it. You can certainly take it between 2 hands as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Stretch that arm back. Right? Lots of biceps, lots of shoulder, and then lots of core as we twist and as we contract. Let's get the same thing, other side, then we take it down to the bench. Love a good power move, right? In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. And back, right here. Here. Up. Here. Ooh. 10 seconds. Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Meet me down on the floor or down on the bench. Either is fine. Here is what we're looking at. We are gonna take it with a single-sided press. Now, if that is not right for you, maybe you have a heavier kettlebell or you're not comfortable holding it on one side, then I want you to take it between 2 hands. So watch me from here. I'm gonna come down on one side. I'm gonna press to the center. It is gonna get heavy. I know, you can always have this hand for a little extra help. If you need to, put it between 2 hands. Watch me here. You can also just be right here. Let's take it right side or in the center, starting at the top. 3, 2, 1. Again, if you have a heavier kettlebell, I love a close grip press with that kettlebell as well. I'm gonna have to go a little lighter on this one. Ooh. Let's go with this guy. Right here we go. And sometimes it's helpful to have, I filmed another workout right before this and I think I'm just feeling a little fatigued, and that's okay, right? It is not about going as heavy as we can or as hard as we can every single time. It's about finding what works for you and where you are today. Relax, team. I'm gonna go with the 17 the whole time. So it's gonna pull you a little bit, especially if you're on the mat, and again, that's where the core is involved. What I wanted for this workout is everything to stabilize our core, work our core while we're also getting that upper body. All right, team, let's take it here. Other side, 3, 2, 1. So what I was saying is sometimes it is helpful to have that other hand going down at the same time. Right here. The advantage of the bench, you can get a little lower with it, right? So you get that stretch and you get more of the range of motion. And it's gonna pull your core a little bit as you go to that side, really stabilize here. But perfectly fine to do this on the mat as well. Here. Yes. And relax. All right, team, so we're gonna take it here. We're gonna take it to a pull over crunch. So lighter kettlebell if you have it. Your pull over is what I call Barbie arms. So a little bend in those elbows, and you're going over the head, upper back and shoulders, and then we're gonna bring the knees in. If you want, tap the toes down as you pull over. You can lift the shoulders with it, but you don't have to. You can just do the upper body, you can just do the upper and the knees coming in, or you can do a full crunch with it. Join me here, starting here, Barbie arms. You don't have to go all the way over, but just to here, everything in. Here we go. Pull over crunch. Lots of stabilization, lots of upper back, top of the shoulders, and a little bit of the arms. It's not triceps, but we are gonna get the triceps in later in this workout. Right here. Here. Right here. Yes, you can. And up. Drop the toes, everything in. Woo! 10 seconds, then we're back to the top. Slinger curl, single-sided press, and pull over crunch. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Woo! All right, team, I know, I'm feeling it too. All right, here is what we've got. We're gonna take it, slinger curl again, 30 seconds each side. However you did it before, with the power with one or with two hands, that works. Bis and tries, right? Then we got our single-sided press or together. Then we're gonna finish it with that pullover crunch, all right? Let's finish this round, right side, left side, together. 30 seconds only this time. Zip up that core. In 3, in 2, 1. Here we go. Sling it. And back. Sling. Back. Lots of power, lots of core, especially when you grab it. Feel that core contract. Little twists with it. Obliques. Lots of arms. Here. Boom. And relax. Catch your breath. Same thing, other side. In and here, or two hands, but twist for your abs, catch for your abs, lift with those arms. Strong arms, strong abs. In 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. And here. Bring it up. Oh, yes. Turn into it, catch it. Last one, and relax. All right, team, down onto your bench or the floor, single-sided. This time, if you want to turn into it in the same way we switched our row, if you want to turn to get a little bit of movement through the joint, you can. Otherwise, meet me down on the mat or all the way down on the floor. Either one is fine, but let's finish strong. If you want to turn it in and then turn it out. 3, get set, core engage. 2, 1, let's do it. Turn it in, turn it palm facing forward, palm facing in. Use that core to stay stabilized. And again, if you need this, 2 hands, that works too. Here. Yes. 5 seconds. Can I get at least 2 more? Woo! Yes, you can. Relax. Get set for that other side. Do whatever you need to do to switch that kettlebell safely, or again, 2 hands right in the center. In 3, 2, 1, turn palms facing out, facing in. Away from you, turn them in. Using that core to help you stabilize, not letting it pull your back this way, whether or not you're on the mat or on the floor, or on the floor or on the bench. You knew what I meant, right? And here. Boom, last one. Yes, team. All right, pull over crunch. Again, Barbie arms, soft bend in the elbows, upper back and shoulders. If you wanna lift the shoulders along with those hips, you can. If you wanna take it a little bit to the side for a little bit of obliques, that works too. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Everything in. It can just like this, or you can even just do a march. Maybe that's a better option for you. Lift the shoulders if you want. Take it a little bit to the side if that feels good for you. Yes, you can. I know. 3, 2, 1. Finish out strong. Yes. All right, team. Let's grab some water. Whew. Home stretch of this workout. Who is feeling that core? Me too. Cheers, y'all. Woo. All right, let's finish it out. Ooh, really feeling my core after that. All right, bench close by. We're gonna use it in just a minute. Last round, this is gonna be a fun one. All right, so we're putting some things together on this just for fun. Maybe some of these more compound moves or 2-handed moves that you see me do. We did a lot of isolations, right side, left side, but you've seen me do in a lot of the other full body workouts. The first one is a clean and a press. So if you feel comfortable doing this, you're clean, you're gonna toss that kettlebell to yourself, you're gonna do a press, all right? If you're feeling spicy, you wanna get a little squat with it, you can, or half squat, but I know this is an upper body workout, you didn't come here for squats. If that doesn't feel right for you, you can just do a bicep curl with 2 hands and a press, all right? We're starting with that, getting that heart pumping a little bit. 40 seconds, here we go. We got your clean, we got your press. Back down, back down. So a little hinge here. Toss to yourself, little press, it's all power. If that's not right for you, you can do the curl and the press, down and down. Curl. Either one. Let's finish it strong. One more. Yes. Relax. All right, team, we're gonna keep that kettlebell right in front. We're gonna do a gorilla row, but we're gonna go wide with it. So wide row, and here, and here. So I want you to have to reach across a little bit, so we really get a little bit of a twist, but keep those hips square, wide for your back and your shoulders. Heart rate's up, right? Let's get it done. 30, 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And here. Right here. Wide. Yes, you can. Nice flat back, you're staying low with it. I know that makes it a little more challenging. You have to stay down there with it, but it gets that back working and that core stabilizing. Last one, and relax. All right, meet me on the mat. I actually want you to be on the mat this time. I'm gonna try my heavy, but I'm gonna have a little lighter one close by. This time, you can either just do that close grip press, like you may have done before, or if you feel comfortable with it, it's overhead triceps. Not everybody loves that, so if you wanna just keep the close grip press, you're still gonna get the triceps, but you're flat on the floor, bending at the elbows, or pressing here. Shift those shoulders back. Here we go. Now, it's okay on this if you don't have as much range of motion as you do maybe when you're with dumbbells. That's okay. I just want you to shift it back a little bit so it's going not right to your forehead, but a little bit over your head, still through the elbows. And again, you're still gonna get your triceps working for this motion. So if that feels better for you, that feels safer for you, maybe your hands are a little sweaty like mine, that's okay. But if you can get a little bit of tries, back of the arms. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last thing, let's turn it over. Here's what we got, team. Kettlebell in the front. When our elbow's here, we're tapping, all right? You can also be on your knees if that's better for you, but a little reach to the kettlebell, so make sure you're far enough back. Let's bring it up in that high plank, or low plank. 3, 2, elbow plank, or genie plank, actually, rather. So hands can be here, or here. Maybe straight on is better. So you are gonna get a little movement. That's what we want, because it's a little bit of a hip dip to get obliques, but also lots of core. We'll get all those again for 30. Then we'll call it a day, team. I know. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! All right, team. Each one, again, let's get it done. We're starting with our clean and our press, or curl and press. Lots of power, gorilla row, mat, then we call it a day. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds, clean. Down and down. Little bit of power. Little half squat, yes. Or here, clean, press, down and down. 10 seconds. Yes, you can. Last one. Relax. Ha! There is that heart rate, right? Now we're gonna go wide with it. 30 seconds, wide and wide. All right, so you're crossing a little bit. We're getting our shoulders. Here we go. And mostly pulling from our back. That's helpful. Sometimes this helps, going out wide. I like a hand here, so I can really stay low with it. Saved this last lightning round for the end, so we could really add some power. Still isolating those muscles, still making them work hard for strength. 3, 2, 1, relax. Meet me on the mat, we got triceps. Then we got that tap. I'm gonna go a little lighter on my triceps so I can get a little more range of motion. You do you. Meet me all the way down, core engaged, shift it back, here we go. This is where sometimes it gets a little tricky, because I know sometimes we have a bigger kettlebell, some of the bigger, especially if you have a plastic one, or some of the bigger ones with a wider base, it gets a little harder to hold. So just do the best you can, and again, if you need to, this works, I know. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, team. We're gonna get that little tap. If you wanna add something to it, here, 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 but you don't have to. Pick what's best for you for these last 30. Here we go. Or how about tap, rotate, in, tap. You can be on your knees too. Strong core, stay lifted. Yes, team. Woo, I feel like I'm getting further away from my kettlebell. 5 seconds. One more each side. 3, 2, 1. Stretch it back, yes. We did it. I want you to stretch back with that child's pose right here. Whoo, man. Yes. Big stretch if you want. Put one arm under, get that little shoulder stretch right through here. And then other side, reach. And then coming up on all fours, roll through cat-cow. We're gonna keep this cool down pretty short, so please make sure that you get some more stretching on your own after this workout, but also through your week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today to get this upper body and core kettlebell workout. Roll back onto your feet, come up halfway. You can hold that little stretch there, either hands on your legs or on the floor, on the bench. Slowly make your way up. Leave me a comment, let me know how are you feeling, especially if you have some options. And again, it's okay if you don't. If you have some options on those kettlebells, let's reach, pull that arm over. You can really isolate and make it hard for that single-sided unilateral movement. And even those things we do together, right? It can be super challenging. It's a great way to build some more strength, especially if you maybe have some lighter dumbbells. A kettlebell is a good way to do it. Get something heavier where maybe you can go heavy on your rows or your presses, but then we put them together for some other things. Reach those arms to the back, grab if you can. Again, one of my favorite tools, that's why I have a bunch of videos on them, but let me know how you're feeling in the comments, how you're feeling after this workout. Let's press those fingertips down, let your head drop so we stretch all the way through here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so we can get more people moving and I can keep making these workouts for you. Check out everything in the description. Join us in the BodyFit Athletic Club on the BodyFit by Amy app. Right through here, team. Yes. Let's get one big deep breath in and out. You did it. That was your kettlebell upper body and core strength workout. Great job, everybody.